Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
What a beautiful day. And thank you. That was just beautiful just to see people stand forth in their own beingness, their own uniqueness, and I love it. And those two songs, and we say divine order and God's got it. Those songs are perfect for the service today, and we're just so blessed. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to turn it over to God. And so I want to read a poem that I got a couple days ago from Spirit. And the title is called Insight, # in plain sight. Mm-hmm. Remember, the sun beyond the sun. Remember why the river runs. There truly is more than meets the eye. What lies ahead is revealed in why. We're being asked to look beyond the wisp of light we've grown so fond. The truth within our shining star transcends the near or far. A golden thread flows through each heart, its gift to free, not bind. Oneness in harmony, the truth in life. Seek and you shall find. A lot of times, we go out looking for whatever. And usually when we get to the end of the journey, it's right where we were at. It's right in front of us the whole time. And it's to have those eyes, to open up our spiritual eyes, which our two beautiful singers did today, and they open up their hearts to just flow with that. So I'm going to give a shout out to Rachel's dad again. A month ago, before service, she was talking to me and David, and she goes, my dad used to just put a card with 3 words on it when he got up preaching. He's preached for a lot of years. So he goes, oh, that sounds so cool. And so I put, God is love. And I came out with, God is love. Yeah, that's 3 words, pretty good ones. And so I was working on this service. And so the words I came up with today, that's going to be the theme or the foundation for our service today is, everybody say this out loud. I am love. Say, I am love. Okay, well, there's our service, thank you. But flashlight, I mean, that's God's love just shining the way for us. And that's on Bonnie's. Do we need more kindness in the world? And we all have kindness in our heart. We all have the flashlight in our heart. And we're being asked more than ever to activate these energies that are within us. And I just want to acknowledge and honor y'all for being here, because this is Inner Quest it's our church, but it's really a spiritual school. We work with these laws and understandings, and we're always in this progression. And so we are on a spiritual walk, and this is from our perspective here at InnerQuest. So that's what I'm going to talk from our spiritual perspective of InnerQuest with your mantra in your heart, I am love, okay? So I want to read something, and this is from White Eagle, and we did the little reading from White Eagle, and it's a spiritual collective, which is very beautiful. And this is from this book that we're doing on Tuesday nights. It's called Chakrasaurus and Subtle Bodies, and it gives us an idea that we're more than just this. So here we go. Human beings have descended from a high estate and have come down through the planes into matter for a purpose, which is that they may learn to realize in matter source of their life and develop the indwelling seed atom of Christ, until it grows into the full consciousness of the divine man, the divine woman, son of God, daughter of God. So that's kind of the beginning of our path right there. How's that? Or how about Jesus? Last week we celebrated that ascension. And when Jesus ascended, he is a body of light. He ascended, and then he just cast this light throughout the ethers for all of us to be fed and quickened to remember remember who you are. And it's just beautiful to begin to see ourselves differently. If we see ourselves in the mirror, look deeper into your eyes and you'll get a deeper glimpse, a bigger picture of who you truly are. I think our spiritual path here at InnerQuest is being aware of this, being aware that we are spirit, and that we have this opportunity to walk through life, to walk through matter, to remember that and acknowledge it. I think mindfulness is pretty cool. And one of my clients said the other day was saying, I can't repeat it all because it might not pass the censors, but what mindfulness is a pretty big thing going on in consciousness now. I say, just be mindful. I say, wow. And I said, mindfulness is very good, but what we want to do is we want to be mindful with our spiritual eyes, with our spiritual heart. To look beyond when we see a tree and be mindful, but be mindful that God is within all things. God is the source of all things. Now that's how we can begin to transcend. We begin to move through. And so our spiritual path begins with awareness, but awareness from that understanding that we are this seed of God. We're never alone. We have the light always shining. We just have to access it. Ask too. But it's a beautiful blessing that we have here. And it's a whole new perspective to look at who we are and what life's all about. A spiritual path. And we could say everything's spirit, so every path is spirit. Yeah. But since we're here in our spiritual home and unfoldment of our true essence, we can look at this lesson as information that we could use in our life as we go forth, to begin to pay attention to the spiritual reality of life. To pay attention to the spiritual reality of life. We know cause and effect, like our world is cause, but what created that? That higher level of consciousness, higher level of awareness. So as we begin to look beyond just cause, we can go, or at effect, everything we look at is effect, and it's been caused by some other level of consciousness. So what we want to do is go beyond the effect that we see to causal level. And to know that that spiritual aspect I am is the causal level in all things. All things. So as we begin to pay attention to spiritual reality in the essence that we are this seed atom, seed of God. Within that seed is our potential for this lifetime. The experiences that we have in life are our opportunities to allow that seed to begin to grow and burst and then flower. Everything's within our heart. And as we begin to go there, let's go there, we can begin to understand the truth of being. So your spiritual path is unique to you. And so the first thing that we're at, so this is my path. And we know there's bunches of them out there, aren't there? And so what we can do is go, well, mine's unique to me. So that means maybe we could love it, honor it, the unique expression, the unique individual expression of God on the planet. So begin to look around at life and how we're experiencing it and ask these questions. Well, what works for me? You see? We're all unique. We're not going to have the same experience. We shouldn't. We should all have our own unique individual experience. The many aspects of that light. So what works for you on your path of being you? Man sometimes gets caught up in being what the world wants him to be, or another, or a job, or family, or whatever. We are part of that whole, but we're unique. When we go back to that first sentence, that we're here to be able to understand the source in all. God is in all. And the simple teachings like kindness and love and the light's always with us is so powerful because that allows us to transcend and not get caught. To not get caught in lower emotions, thoughts in our mind. To begin to access that seed energy. That's who I am. That's who we are. How can we do this? To begin to make our daily acts a part of sacred living. And that sounds kind of silly, so I'll just say this right off the bat. Everything I'm talking about doesn't have anything to do with religion. Okay? It has to do with spirit, it has to do with you, God within you and me. So let's just erase all those little programming things out there, and shoulds and shoulds and coulds and all that. So it's like, how do we make daily acts sacred? By living with attention to source. See, just being mindful that God's within creation. It's within the whole world, but God's also within all the people that we live and move and have our being with also. And so when we go to that thought, I am love, if I am love, God's love, I am love, they are love. Do you see? And that's what we have to start seeing with our spiritual eyes and not get caught in emotion, judgment, any of human patterns, traits. Because we're not human, are we? We're spirit, we're divine. And that may seem like a big step for some, but I know for everybody in here it's not. And so, but sometimes we get busy with life, and this energy is swirling around us, and so to begin to say, where do you go? Take a breath. Breathe with intention. Call forth that love of God to fill you, to move into every atom, particle of your being. Raise the vibration again. Reboot. Let's get on with life, you say. So to begin to look at every day, paying attention to spirit. God is our source. All is source. Source is all. It's simple but profound. But we have gotten the habit of compartmentalizing life, and even God. And all of these compartmentalization and structures create separation from life, from one another, from God. So we have to begin to get simpler in our approach to life and our living to life. And I think when we begin to get simple, we can look at what is really essential from a spiritual perspective. You see? Love is essential because that's being who we truly are. So all things less than love, judgment, that's not essential. We might think it is, might have been taught it's essential. Well, how can we define things? Define them with the eyes of spirit, with the eyes of love. Because what spirit does creates oneness and allows us to transcend duality. It's all God. God is source. All is source. Source is all. And these are like little simple concepts, but wasn't the alphabet little simple concepts? We got some letters we're learning, and then we can put them together and make words, and then put those words together, make sentences, and then make stories. We're making our own story if we choose. We can let somebody else write our story, or we can choose. How do I want to experience life? How do I want to experience life? Now we're on track, our spiritual path. So it's God, Spirit, Source, and all. So the first big word that we could use in our life is gratitude. Thank you. Man, what a beautiful day. Thank you. Simple words, simple acts are powerful. Because what we're doing is we're aligning our energy our thought process, which we create with thoughts in this dimension, and then we're decreeing it, we're expressing it out. Begin to reduce everything down to the spiritual essential. Everything's love. Our little sign, I am love. Cindy and I know this one person. Knew this one person. Still know. Transited. And he was a young man who had a very interesting life. And he was very independent and precocious and strong-willed and minded and everything. And he took his share of hard knocks on planet Earth. And one day, it just came to him. And his decree was, I want to be happy. Didn't define it, what that looks like or nothing. I want to be happy. It didn't take a month. And everybody around him, what's happening? You're not the same person we know. And all he did was shifted his mindset. He didn't want to experience the crap of life, the hurt, the disillusionment. He wanted to experience happiness, because within happiness is God. And so he did that, I'm going to say, for almost a year. And he chose experiences with the people around him for them just to have fun. And they were simple experiences. But it was coming together in little small groups, family groups and things like this, but to have fun. We're not going to bicker, we're not going to moan, complain, judge. We're going to have fun, you see? And one person is powerful. And so, after about a year, he transitioned. And, like, from the worldly eyes, oh man, why has he got to go now? He's just really getting it all together. Did you see what I'm saying? Well, what do you think he came to learn this round of life on planet Earth? Happiness. As souls, could we come to this planet just to learn happiness? And aren't there lots of experiences that we could have, and we're the chooser? This makes me happy, this makes me sad. But if you set your intention, I want to experience happiness, you're going to open up your spiritual eyes, and you're going to be able to see the good in things. You're not going to spiral down and judge them. I just want to be happy. Simple mantra. Simple intention. Finished. We lift up. A little higher dimension. We don't die. And Jesus said, follow me. So we can celebrate. Wow, we got an A. Ascension. So to begin to look at, our life from a different perspective. And it doesn't always have to be this rocket science walk on water stuff. Just being happy. Because if you ask to be happy, you're going to make people around you happy. And I would guarantee that everyone in this church wants to be happy. How simple is that? Pretty simple. Some things we could do. Here's another thing. This gets beat, but I'm going to do it real light. Forgiveness. Do I have to forgive? Is it? You don't have to. You can choose to. But let's look at forgiveness like this. An act of perfecting the love that you are. We're in school here, aren't we? We're in training. So if someone gives us something to, so our class is to be the love I am. We're not the judge. You say? That's another good Jesus. Judge not. Judge not. We don't know what their soul needs. But here, today, we know what our soul needs, and that's love. So, to be love, see? Here's a good one from living from on our spiritual path. So on your spiritual path, I want everybody to get this one. This is a good one. Impossibilities and can't be done don't exist in God. I like that. So when you think that, oh, I can't do this, or that'd be impossible, who am I, don't have, da-da-da. That's all coming from our human consciousness, isn't it? Isn't that coming from our subconscious? Isn't that coming from race consciousness? Because we have to judge and separate and limit and all this stuff. That does not exist in God. God is the allness. Love is the allness. So that's where we want to go. Back home. I'm going back to love. And I want to live my life. And once we begin to do that, just like that young man, I just want to experience happiness. Well, I'm telling you, before he did that, his life wasn't happy camper time. I want to experience happiness, change, transform, transmute, transcend. It's not that we'll have to transcend and leave the planet, but as we begin to feed our inner light, our soul, put some really good batteries in that flashlight, so that our vision is really expanded, we begin to change. And as we change, our world changes. That's another unique aspect to understand who we are. We're not separate. We're not separate from the unit. We're one and we're integral. Every one of us is integral. Every one of us is contributing to race consciousness right now. And we can blame race consciousness and poo-poo it, but we're part of it. So, to begin to put some higher frequency energy, some positive thoughts out there, first it begins with us, then it goes out into the ethers. Food for all, if they choose. But to remember that we're the choosers, and we can choose. We can choose happiness. We can choose peace, joy, life, abundance on all levels. Thoughts. It's the mind that influences all health. It's the mind that influences all of physical health, emotional health, financial health, mental health. The mind influences. Like in our healing class, we'll say our thoughts create our belief, and our belief creates our biology. By doctor. Our thoughts create our beliefs, and our beliefs create our reality. Metaphysics 101. Who's in charge of the thoughts? We are. This is an old one. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Paul's letter to the Corinthians a couple thousand years ago. Here's the new way. If you want to change your life, change your thoughts. Quantum mechanics. So the spiritual path is a path of being, not doing. Isn't that cool? We've all heard that, and that's in bunches of books. So, but what does that mean? Being. We're the seed of God, and within that seed is the potential to be all the love that we get experiences in this planet for. Perfect for us, unique for us. Your seed's different than mine. Yay, God. It's a beautiful garden. But to begin to understand that, we have within us all that we need to be love. That seed's going to give us the experiences to be love. We create the conditions in our life. One more time. We create the conditions in our life, okay? So that we can have experiences to know that we're love. We're God's love. And what we have done is we have got caught in conditions and identified with conditions. We're spirit. We're spirit. So when you feel yourself or see yourself or know that you are getting caught in a condition, which is the outer, it's not this. Say, no, that's not the truth of who I am. No is a powerful word. that can free us and uplift us. So being love rather than doing love is very important. And a question that we can ask is, God, what is my service to mankind? And once again, it doesn't have to be this big rocket science demonstration. I think happiness is a big gift. Positive, creative, strong, loving, kind, compassion. So do your meditation. What can I do? We'll get it. And then that will be your teacher. That will be your teacher. Because that's the course you're supposed to be on. That is the course you're supposed to be on. Our love just isn't internal, it's eternal. Conditioned energy fades, disappears. The eternal love I am is. So White Eagle says this: every new affirmation of your divine being is the starting point of an eternity of happiness. Every new affirmation of your divine being. Oh, how about this? God and I are one. How's that? God is my source in all things. Happiness is a possibility in my expression as a spiritual being. See, everybody writes their own. And when you decree that out, we're connected with the higher. So we're lifted on an energy level, frequency level, expanded consciousness. That's why prayers and mantras have been around for a long time. But to understand them with our spiritual ears and our spiritual eyes, now we're on the rocket to really transcend lower consciousness, gravity. I hate to hear the gravity of the situation. We're spirit! So affirmations and the thoughts and words that we speak, positive, affirming our divinity, our spirituality. You just start snipping all this stuff. Oh, I'm unworthy. I'm poor. I'm ugly. Spirit, lifting and transcending. It's really cool. I love it. So I think that little affirmation, our three-word affirmation today, I am love, is a simple, easy place to start. And then it'll expand. And then that seed within will begin to expand. That world will. Let's go within. So just sit comfortably in your chair and close your eyes and get in that breathing in. Every breath is holy breath. So just breathe in. Every breath is holy breath. And just breathe and feel holy breath, feeling you moving through you, bringing balance and harmony and peace. Every breath is holy breath. So just breathe and feel. Breathe and feel. Every breath is holy breath. And as you breathe holy breath, just be aware of your energy. Feel your vibration begin to quicken and shift, to begin to expand. Every breath is holy breath. Every breath is filled with God's love. Every breath strengthens my soul. So just breathe and feel a gentle transformation moving through your body now. Physically, every breath is holy breath. emotionally, every breath is holy breath. Mentally, every breath is holy breath. Just breathe. And in this place of peace and pure love, ask now for what you would like to experience in your life. You are the beloved of our Heavenly Father. Love. You are love. You are loved. Ask, and you will receive. Breathe and feel your aliveness. Breathe and feel your peace. Breathe and feel your pure potential. Feel your energy. Know this energy. This is who you are. This is who I am. Breathe and feel. Gently wiggle your toes and fingers and gently open your eyes. So our little card, I am love. And now it's not even a question. How's this? It's a statement. To be. I am love to be. Thank you.